Okay, so I have a piece of paper here with items on it that I wrote down randomly. And the idea is to just kind of scan the page and brainstorm about it. Kind of like what I did in my last more technical video. So I added a few things. A bunch of things, okay? The concept of fractal geometry put together with what really is a fermion, put together with the Big Bang, and what pops out is the idea that every fermion is itself a white hole with projection coming out from a gnomic center, and as such, each fermion is a fractal of the Big Bang. So that's an idea for development. Every fermion is a little reader. And what does it read? It reads light rays, with a light ray being a static object. And the domain of the light ray is the quantum universe. And the light ray has a frequency. In fact, it probably has mixed frequencies, which can be decomposed through Fourier analysis. And the reader of the light ray is the graviton. So the graviton moves along the light ray and vibrates according to the frequency of the light ray and creates mass. The simple fermions being the electrons and the quarks. And the differences among them arise from the geometry by which the graviton, what is the geometry of the graviton that is reading the light ray? So an electron is one graviton reading one light ray. You could also think of it as one graviton bubble-like object with a photon inside of it that oscillates. The oscillation of the photon within the graviton, it manifests as its mass. And the way that came to mind was some discussion of relativistic mass, where they talk about the photon bouncing back and forth in the light box, the mirrored light box. And, the photon is always moving at the speed of light. Well, the more ground that photon covers within that light box, the slower the object is moving relative to the speed of light. And the slower it's moving, the more mass it has. So once you have the quantum universe put together with gravity, once you have these fermions with their mass, you have thermodynamics with the mass energy. and the temperature that arises from oscillation. Yeah. So that was just a little bit more brainstorming. I didn't even have to look at that many of the words I have written down here. I mean, what all have I got here? Complex analysis, quaternion analysis, primitive algebras like Grassmann algebra and Clifford algebra, and of course I've had a lot to say about Clifford algebra in previous videos, and the space-time algebra within it. Linear algebra, group theory, partial differential equations, differential geometry, antisymmetry, symmetry, bosons, fermions, phase factors, electromagnetism, bivectors, and intrinsic phase factors within electromagnetism, Fourier analysis, special relativity, curvature tensors, cosmology, fractal geometry, the Mandelbrot set. Equivalence theory, equivalent sets, mapping from one set or one manifold to another, tensor analysis, tensor calculus, spinors, forms versus vectors. Okay, so that is some quantum theory, well, more than quantum, mathematical physics brainstorming for today.